And we are so happy to be able to do this. We'll be coming on after the game as well. Guys, we talked about the Oklahoma City Thunder. I mean, they're a good team. I don't think there's any question about that. This game's far from over, but again, we talk about the lack of defense for Sacramento. They allow 66 points in the first half. I'm going to go to the box score right now, but 66-59, 32 points in the first quarter and 34 points in the second quarter for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And, they come in red hot. They're playing arguably better than Sacramento. I know that the Kings are much better record-wise. We get that. But other than Memphis, I'm not really sure who's playing better than the Thunder. They get 15 from Dort. They get 11 from Giddey, 16 from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. There's no question he's going to be an all-star. Fox, 5 of 10. But here's the deal. Sacramento shot very poorly from the line, from the circle, rather. And they were just 4 of 18. You're right. You got to be more aggressive defending the perimeter. That's exactly right. Good point right there, Dorian. You're spot on. 12 of 21 for the Thunder for 57%, 4 of 18. And that's your game right there right now. That's your game. No question about that. And yeah, you're right, Cody. Those last 3-pointers did hurt. But, the one thing is, a 7-point lead is nothing. Yeah, of course they're good, Brad. Go look at the standings and look at what they've done. Look at the teams that Oklahoma City has beat. No, they're not overachieving. That's the point. They're not overachieving. They're a good team, and they have an all-star point guard. All right? So, I don't know what you're looking at. Jay's spot on. Jay hit it right on the head. You knew that Oklahoma City was a tough matchup, and they need to focus on the second-half defense. I mean, Oklahoma City showing everyone why they are playing so well right now. Ryan in Sacktown joins us here on the halftime show. Ryan, listen, we talked about this earlier when we were on with Sean and after Sean and on my Listen App show today. The Thunder are the real deal. They're not a fluke. They're a good basketball team.
Yeah, they're an excellent basketball team, especially when they're shooting the 3-ball this way.
Yeah.
But you can tell the way they play together. They are just all they're in sync. There's no other way to put it, Grant.
They are in sync. And, you talk about the 3-point shooting. I just ran off the stats before you jumped on the stream. But whereas Oklahoma City shooting the ball well from distance, the Kings are not. That's the difference in the game right now. Sacramento has made only 4 of 18 for 22%, and that's why they're down 7. And I'm looking at the box score right now, and you get 5 points off the bench from Monk, 4 points from Metu. Kings are going to need much better production from their bench in the second half. And, Sabonis, 10 points. 5 rebounds, 6 assists. I mean, the guy's just like a freaking machine. Harrison Barnes didn't do anything in that first half, Ryan. Nothing. 20 minutes, 2 points, no rebounds. How does Harrison Barnes play 20 minutes and not have any rebounds? Come on now. Keegan Murray, I thought, was good. 4 of 4. He had 6 rebounds for 10 points. But where's Harrison Barnes tonight?
Yeah, good question, Grant. Sacramento looks a little bit off on offense. A lot of the threes that you're talking about have been heavily contested. They're not getting great open looks, and that's credit to Oklahoma City. And I think part of the reason also is because we're not going inside out. Usually that's how the Kings get those looks, and we're starting too high on the offense. But Harrison needs to get going, and, I would switch Harrison and Sabonis. I would interchange them in that middle part of the key because Harrison really thrives there too, and that'll throw a little bone in it, or a little wrench in Oklahoma City's plans, I believe.
Ryan, how good is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? I mean, we talked a lot about him coming in, but when you watch him play, I mean, he's the real deal, isn't he? He's one of the best point guards in the league.
He's special, Grant. He is incredibly special, possibly even going for that last all-star spot that De'Aaron Fox is. Let's be honest, the way that Oklahoma City's playing. But Lou Dort, too. Lou Dort's playing a heck of a game right now. So the Kings are playing Oklahoma's pace right now. The Kings need to find a way to get to the Kings' pace.
All right. 66-59 is the score at the half. Oklahoma City, again, 30-plus points in each of the 2 quarters. And, Dorian just wants to chime in here, and he's right. Monk is in a little bit of a rut right now. He does, but you need his scoring off the bench. I mean, there's no question about that. I'll tell you, Ryan, this is shaping up to be a heck of a second half. 7-point lead. I don't know if Oklahoma City can shoot the ball that well from distance. I doubt they're going to shoot 57% from beyond the arc. If they do, Ryan, we're not going to have a very good post-game show tonight. There are going to be a lot of people that are upset.
Yeah, exactly right, Grant. I mean, I don't anticipate them to shoot it at that clip,
Hmm.
but I also don't anticipate the Kings to shoot this poorly from 3-point range the
Yep.
second half either. So
Yeah.
look for that to hopefully even out. And they're going to have to do something about the matchups as well and get a little more energy on the floor.
Hmm.
It's a little bit lethargic right now.
All right, you got to stop with the refs. All right, every time the Kings are trailing, it's always the refs' fault. Stop with the refs. All right. By the way,
Yeah.
you want to blame the refs? De'Aaron Fox fouled the Laker at the end of the game. There should have been 3 free throws. So stop it. Okay, it goes both ways. I understand the officiating's been an issue this year, but every time you're trailing, you can't talk about the refs. It gets old. It gets old after a while. Here's the deal. This game is right there. It's a 7-point game. Kings can make up 7 points in 2 possessions. All right. So it's just, I think there's going to be a hell of a game. I think the Kings will eventually come back and take the lead at some point in this game. The question is, can they hold on at the end? This is going to be a hell of a second half. I really think it is.
Yeah, and they are playing a very, very good basketball team, as we
Yep.
have been talking about for the last couple of days. But this one is going to come down to the wire so long as the Kings can knock down some shots and slow them down just a little bit.
Yeah. And Ryan did talk about the defense. Well, we haven't seen the defense yet. I mean, we really haven't. I mean, you give up 66 points. You give up 66 points in the second half, you're going to lose. I mean, it's plain and simple. If you give up 66 in the second half, you're going to lose this game.
Yeah, and the Kings too, on the other side, they're not getting a lot of second opportunities on the offensive end. They're getting one opportunity and out for the most part. I believe they were around 5 or 6 offensive rebounds for the half. Yep. 5. So they've got to get multiple possessions. Oklahoma City has done a good job at that thus far.
Well, David, we're great that you have joined us for your first halftime show. We'll be on tomorrow at halftime as well, and we'll be on after this game right here. And don't forget, for those of you that are just joining us for the first time, we do a show every Wednesday at 3:00 Pacific with Jerry Reynolds. So, make sure you tune in on Wednesday afternoons at 3:00 Pacific for the show with Jerry Reynolds. All right. So this is a very good question. How many points wins this game? Ryan, give me a point total, all right, that will win this game. That was the question we got from Michael. What do you think? How many points wins this game?
At the way the pace is right now, Grant, I'm going to say 125 points wins this game.
Amazing you said that. I was going to say 126. You said 125. I literally was going to say 126. I think if you get 126, you win this game. Although right now, you could really see this game going into 130, 128. This looks to me like one of those typical last possession type of games. It really is. Yep. I mean, think about it. 66-59 at the break. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is, Grant. And, the Kings, they are very used to being in those one possession games down to the wire. Yep. So that's certainly something we may be looking at tonight.
All right. Again, you look at the box score, 3-point shooting. Ryan said only 5 offensive rebounds. I'm looking at, only 5 free throws for Oklahoma City in that first half, 9 for the Kings. That's why the game moved so fast, Ryan. There weren't a lot of whistles in that first half. No. That was a very fast first half, which means we'll probably be on closer to 9:15 instead of 9:30 tonight for the postgame show. But as soon as the game's over, we will be on. And again, we're looking at really fine point guard play tonight. I don't think I'm ready to call. Well, Ryan thought that defense was going to be the key earlier, and I don't disagree with that in the second half. I don't know if I'm ready to call them superstars yet. I don't think they're superstars, but I think they're all-stars. I don't think they're superstars. But at the team that plays the better defense in this third and fourth quarter, Ryan, you're probably right. It's probably going to get the win.
Yep, absolutely. That's what it's going to come down to. Yep. It's going to be the little things that may not show up on the stat sheet as well. So let's just see the Kings. Let's see Harrison Barnes get it going on both sides of the ball. See the ball go through the hoop a little bit more and push that pace.
All right. They want to know what the bench scoring is for the Oklahoma City Thunder. All right. They get 12 off the bench from Joe and then 5 other points from Williams and Mann. The Kings, meanwhile, their bench, they got 5 from Monk. They got 4 from Metu, 2 from Mitchell, and 2 from Lyle. So the bench really not doing much for Sacramento. I think they're going to need their bench. All right. So a lot of people are asking on the stream about Richaun Holmes, who played so well. Well, now with Sabonis back, the minutes aren't there for Holmes. That doesn't mean he won't play in the second half. It also is dependent on matchups So right now we haven't seen Richaun Holmes, who got the game ball the other night.
Yeah, I love that question, by the way, because I think throwing Richaun in with Sabonis for a little bit of time is going to be a really, really good play for Coach Brown. I think it could work out because they can play well off each other, and it can kind of change the pace of the game as well. So I would look for that in the second half.
All right. Yes, indeed. If you don't like this, you don't like streaming halftime shows on YouTube. Thank you, Michael. We are so happy that you and so many others are with us. And don't forget that you can follow us on the post-game show as well. And you can go to my website, if you don't like that.com. You can check out all of my work right there. 66-59 at the half. So, again, to me, the biggest key in this second half is going to be one thing and one thing only, Ryan. It's going to be the three-point shooting percentages, okay? That's going to have to change in order for Sacramento to win this game. The Kings are going to have that percentage go up, and Oklahoma City is going to have that first half percentage go down. And if not, then guess what? You are not going to see a Sacramento win. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, you're spot on, Grant. I mean, if Oklahoma City will probably beat every team in the league if they continue shooting the three ball in the second half like this.
Yeah.
So the Kings got it. The fact that they're only down what they are with the way they've shot the three ball versus OKC, that should be, optimism for Kings fans in the second half, because ultimately this team usually comes around with that three ball sometime during the game.
Yeah, 3 Kentucky guards on the floor, Gilgeous Alexander, Fox, and Monk, and yet they can't win any national championships, right? Every year we talk about all the great players out of Kentucky, and they only have one national championship this century. Go figure. I mean, it's just unbelievable to me. All right, Ryan, they love what you have to say, buddy. You got a fan club going on. I like that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right. So I got on the Warriors earlier today for resting everyone. Can you believe they beat Cleveland tonight without any of their stars?
Are you kidding me? I did not see that.
Yeah, wow. They went in and beat Cleveland after resting everyone. How about that? Is that incredible?
That's incredible, considering
I'm still
how
getting
well
on their
Cleveland
case.
plays on their home floor.
It's still wrong, but they won 120-114. Mitchell did not play in that game for Cleveland, but 120-114. The Nuggets are crushing the Pacers. The Nets and the Jazz are separated by 2 points with 4 minutes to go in the fourth. The Clippers beat the Spurs 131-126, and the Hawks beat the Knicks. But yeah, the Warriors beat the Cavs 120-114.
How about that? Especially coming off the overtime loss last night in Boston. The Warriors looked really, really tired and almost a step slow to me last night. So incredible.
Drought, I'll tell you what I do. I put all the numbers up on my Twitter page so you can see exactly what the numbers are. All right. You can't really, you can leave a comment on YouTube. You can also go to, particularly if you listen to podcasts via Apple, you can go to If You Don't Like That with Grant Napier. And if you listen to the podcast via Apple, you can leave me a rating and a comment there. But in terms of the numbers, what Ryan and I are doing here over 3 platforms right now, on Twitter, on YouTube, and on Facebook, I put the numbers up periodically on Twitter. And I don't make the numbers up. I do a screenshot of what the numbers actually are. So there's no oh, gee, look at Grant, he's making this up. No, I'm not making it up. The numbers are right there for you to see in black and white. All right. Just thought I would put that in.
I think you have better things to do than make up numbers.
Yeah. At this point in my life, I don't need to make up numbers. You're right. Okay. I mean, here's the deal. I'm not even, the numbers are great, but you know what's great? The fact that so many people are saying, yeah, I want to watch this. So many people are gathering here as a group. We're all a group, a fan base.
Yeah.
That's what I like. I like the fact that we're all together again. And I love this format. So, yeah, if you don't like Grant, you don't like Kings basketball. Well, if you don't like Ryan, you don't like Kings basketball. We got it going on right here. All right, so Rhino, man, you ready for a post-game show? Are we going to be lighting the beam tonight?
Yeah, Grant, I haven't seen that run out of the Kings yet tonight, and I think we're going to get there. I think we're going to see it, and ultimately in a close one-possession game, the Kings will light the beam tonight.
All right. Talk to you after the game, my friend.
All right, friend.
All right, good stuff from Ryan and Sacktown. Don't forget, we are on right after the game. Enjoy the second half, everybody. And so great having you right here for the halftime show on YouTube. Bye-bye.